Hello everyone, welcome to CloudOps Craft. Okay, today we are going to discuss about what is infrastructure as code (IaC). Okay, so imagine you could spin up your full AWS infrastructure, which includes network, servers, databases with just a config file, like you do with the code. That's infrastructure as code. For example, instead of logging into the AWS console and manually launching EC2 and setting up security groups, you write it in a .tf file and apply it. Okay, and your infra will be ready. So the thing is, in manual process, what we will do? Okay, in manual, what we will do as a human? Okay, we will enter into AWS console. Okay, we will click, we will configure, we will launch. Okay, now with IaC, what you are going to do is you will code. For example, you are using Terraform. Okay, so code CLI AWS API infra provision. Okay, before IaC, the problem is back in the day, infra setup was like assembling furniture with no manual. Okay, it is relied on terrible knowledge. Okay, if the infra guy was on vacation, no one know how the servers were configured. Let's say you needed to create three environments: dev, staging, and prod. Okay, so doing it manually lead to drift. Each step was slightly different. Debugging was a nightmare. Key problems, okay, in before IaC, the key problems is before IaC, the key problems is manual provisioning. Okay, and the second is configuration drift. Third is inconsistent environment. Fourth one is hard to scale. Okay, so what is infrastructure as code? Well, coming to the definition, IaC means defining your infrastructure using configuration files, just like you define the application logic using code. For example, it's like having a recipe. Every time you use it, the cake comes out exactly the same. No guesswork here. Okay. Here, the major benefits of IaC. Okay. Well, coming to the IaC, the major benefits is reproducibility. You can easily spin up the infrastructure. Okay, if you are creating your entire infrastructure using IaC, if you want to build a similar infrastructure, you can build easily. So reproducibility is the first benefit. Second is version control. Okay, you can track all your changes, okay, with the git. Okay, and third one is fast and consistent provisioning. And fourth is easier rollbacks. Okay, so next you need to know about declarative versus imperative IaC. Here, we are not going to I am just going to explain what is IaC. Okay, so I'll create a separate playlist for Terraform where you can become a very good in Terraform. Okay, so now we will learn the difference between declarative versus imperative IaC. Okay, Two ways to express instructions in code. Okay. Declarative tells what you want. What you want. Okay. Imperative tells how to do it. This is the difference. Okay. So declarative. Terraform is declarative. Okay. Terraform, cloud formation and all will come under declarative. Okay. So here Terraform, cloud formation tools are declarative tools. While coming to imperative, bash scripts, Ansible tasks and all imperative. Okay. So this is the difference. Okay. So popular IaC tools. Now we will discuss about popular IaC tools. Okay, first is Terraform. Okay, it uses HCL language. Okay? It uses HCL language. Cloud support is multi-cloud. Okay? You can, with the help of Terraform, you can create infrastructure for any cloud provider. It supports most of the cloud provider. Okay, so it's most popular. Okay, which is most popular. Okay, second is AWS cloud formation. It uses YAML by JSON. Okay, and you can use AWS cloud formation only with AWS. Okay, so it is like while coming to this is deep AWS integration. Okay, if you are going to use only AWS, then you can go with cloud formation. Third is Pulumi. Okay, here you can use Python. Okay, you can use JavaScript, you can use Go language. Based on your need, you can choose the language. Okay, and it also supports multi-cloud. Okay, okay, here always the major priority is code first. Okay, next is Ansible. Ansible is a configuration management tool. Okay, and we can use this for IaC also in some parts that we will discuss later. Okay, Ansible. Next is Ansible. It uses YAML. Okay, so here while coming to cloud support, we will use Ansible for configuration management plus IaC. Okay, and it will be great with Terraform. Okay. Next is Chef Puppet also, which also domain like Chef, which is also like a configuration management tool. Okay, it uses domain specific language DSL. Okay, and while coming to cloud support, it is a legacy info. Okay, still it will be used in in some organizations. Okay, and mostly Chef and Puppet and all used for configuration management. Okay, so like a Terraform is like a widely used tool because it supports multiple cloud providers. Okay, while coming to cloud formation, it's specific to AWS, but if you want to use Pulumi also, you can. Okay, anything is fine, but widely used is Terraform. Okay, since it has multi-cloud support. Okay, next is real world examples. Okay, first example. Okay, you have to spin a Kubernetes cluster, means you can create a Terraform, like you can create a Terraform, creates the EKS cluster, Elm installs your app, Git tracks all of it. Example 2 is auto create a 3-tier web app. Okay, VPC, subnets and all will be defined in code. Okay, load balancer, EC2, everything will be defined in TF files. Okay, and you can repeat the same infrastructure for QA, dev, and production. IaC is like cloning the same fully furnished house in multiple cities, all from one blueprint. Okay, so now we will discuss about how IaC works behind the scene. How IaC works behind the scene. Okay, behind the scenes. Okay, core steps is first you have to write the config. First you have to write the config. Okay, once you write that, you have to written in TF format if you are using Terraform. Okay, after that we have to use Terraform plan. Okay, you can run plan. This is just a dry run. Okay, so after that we have to do apply. What it will do, it will execute via cloud API. It will execute via cloud API. Okay, and it creates and updates the resources based on your configuration file. So behind the scene, when you run Terraform apply, it converts HCL language. Okay, HCL language to API calls to, AWS. Okay, so it will convert from HCL language to API calls simply. Okay, so like create VPC, create EC2, like that. Okay, so next is IaC plus CI/CD pipelines. Workflow will be, how it will be is, while coming to IaC plus CI/CD. IaC plus just give me a minute. IaC plus CI/CD pipelines. First, the workflow will be, once you do git commit, it will triggers the CI/CD. Okay, so Jenkins or GitHub Actions, if you are using a CI/CD tool as Jenkins, then Jenkins runs Terraform TF plan. Okay, and here, since it's automated, you will not do manual approve. Okay, so we will do auto approve. Okay, once you run, first it will do Terraform plan. After auto approval, it will run Terraform apply, and it will apply the changes to your infrastructure. We will discuss all these things in depth. Okay, this is just an overview. Okay, I will create a separate playlist for Terraform where you can learn everything from scratch. Okay, when a DevOps engineer pushes a .tf file change, it auto deploys a new EC2 instance via GitHub Actions or Jenkins. Okay, based on your configuration, how you are updating. Okay, so best practice, and the best practice is use remote state. Okay, if you are using Terraform, just go with remote state. Okay, so the best practice, use remote state. Okay, this is another concept that I will cover once I started creating playlist for IaC. Okay, with S3 plus DynamoDB if you are using AWS, and lock your state files. Third is use modules, okay, for better readability. Track changes via Git. Avoid hard coding secrets. Okay, for that you can use a secret manager Okay, AWS Secret Manager. Okay, like that you can use instead of hard coding your secrets directly. Okay. Uh, Warning is once misconfigured TF line can destroy your entire infra. Okay, always use Terraform plan first. Okay, before executing Terraform apply. Okay, and finally, IaC is must-have skill for DevOps, SRE, and cloud engineers. It boosts your automation skills and reduce human error. Okay, start small, create a simple VPC or S3 bucket using Terraform, push it into GitHub, then destroy and recreate it. That's your learning path starts. Okay, if you found this breakdown helpful, let me know in the comments. Subscribe to Cloud Ops Craft. We simplify DevOps, cloud, and core computing concepts every week. Thank you.